Okay, sorry for being a little behind on the episodes recently. Just been figuring out things, not really sure how I wanted to respond to the LED taillights and that whole system, so that kind of took me a while to conclude and kind of think of the right solution for that. But today is Thursday, May 14th, so we are back. It just took a little while, and today we're going to be cleaning the whole engine bay. It needs it. It's grimy. Not really much else to say about it besides it needs to be cleaned, especially for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, and I'm gonna have my friend Cameron show me how to do valve adjustments. So apparently on these cars, at least for the K-Series motors, and that I know of, Honda recommends, I think it's at 105,000 miles, where you should pull off the valve cover and check your clearances. I think, and make sure they're within spec. So this car has 148,000 miles on it, almost 150, and they've never been checked. So my friend Charles, who you guys might know from different sets of videos on this channel, if you follow this channel, you know, all the videos, he brought his Accord over the other day, and he has the partial zero emissions version, 06 coupe. And I had him start it and let it idle, and it was much quieter. It was definitely the valve train that was much quieter. So I figured, you know what, let's give this one a check and see what's up with that. So that'll be in the next video you guys will see. And I'm not really too detailed on it, but he'll go over more of the info, and I'll have that as a separate entire video. So look forward to that. It's something that you guys should know about this. But today we're focusing on the engine bay and cleaning it. And the reason we're cleaning it is so that we have a nice, clean workspace for when we do the valve cover adjustments, because this cover here has to come off. And there's like little bonds in there and dirt. And so basically we want to minimize the amount of dirt that gets in. So that's why we're gonna clean this all. But I'm really excited. This is the stuff we have. All this worth of detailing product in the crate and like the brushes. This is all like, I don't know, probably $130 worth of stuff. Most of this is gonna be used when we detail the full car anyway. So like clay bars and stuff. I'm gonna use this car wash nozzle today and kind of turn it to a setting so we don't like absolutely kill everything with it, because some of these are pretty high powered, even from a gardening hose. But we'll be using that and some like scratch remover and like trim restore, so we'll be using a couple items in there. So first thing we want to do, we want to remove the battery, because water and electricity do not mix. So start with that. Full battery box, might as well. We can clean half of it later separately. So apparently, according to the guide, it's best when you start with the engines cold. Mine's a little warm because the sun was out earlier and I had the hood open for a while. And I warmed it up just because you can use these tools right here. I mean a toothbrush and some brushes to clean and agitate the dirt. It's a little better to clean it when it's warm. But components like your intake manifold and stuff, you don't want to have that like baking hot. When metal is cooled down like really fast from like an extreme temperature change, metals can warp. When they cool down over time, they go back to their original form. So don't do this when your engine is like really hot, because all that cold water touching it could cause things to happen. I don't know what the likelihood of that is. But that's just a precaution that I figured I'd mention. It's now 5:16. It's been a while. I've been trying to be as thorough as possible, and not everything was on time lapse either. There's a lot of like gunk and buildup, so that took a while with all the brushes. And I'm watching the video here. I got the bay covered, or most of it covered. All the essential bits are covered, so it looks like we should be good to go. I'm checking the video here.
It's okay to get on this.
So I've pulled out the intake. The air filter needed to be cleaned anyway, and I'm looking at the throttle body, and it probably should be cleaned too. So I was just pulling off the intake so I could clean this separately. One thing you want to remove before you even clean this is your mass airflow sensor. Reason for this is it's not waterproof, and they are kind of expensive. So you can pull it out with a flat head. I don't know why I was bothering to use one though when I have a Phillips right here. So you can pull it out. Be very careful with it. Like I said, these sensors can cost a bit more than you'd think. And your car basically needs one of these to figure out how much air it's going to let in and how far it's going to open the throttle body. So you're going to want one, or it's going to throw a code, so don't drown it. But there it is. Well, we didn't quite finish, at least for today, so we'll continue hopefully tomorrow after the valve adjustment video. I need to order a throttle body gasket, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. Should be really cheap. I'm not too worried about it, and that one's pretty, I guess, put on there, like it's really stuck, so it kind of needs to be done anyway. I'm quite tired. I'm hungry. I started this at 2 p.m. It's, I think, almost 7:30. Yeah, 7:28. So I can't really say I expected this to go as long as it did, but I did think that at least I'd get a lot more kind of done. Like I said, the whole car as of right now is going to need still some help in getting cleaned up. Stuff I mentioned earlier, the engine is not fully detailed yet, but like the basis of the cleaning is kind of done, so that's good. Hello viewers. Yeah, this episode has been turning into an engine bay clean to doing the valve adjustment and rebuilding things. So and yeah, I don't even know what to say, but I guess this series is called 7th Gen Accord Revamp for a reason. We are revamping things, and I didn't do too good of a job of documenting what we did yesterday, so that's why I got all the voiceovers and all that, because this is going to be a long episode. I apologize for the fan noise in advance. There's literally nothing I can do, but it's just going to be going, so I hope you can hear me, and let's get started. So right off the bat, I've laid out all our parts that we have, that we pulled off the car out here. Some of this was out here overnight, just like the bolts. Everything else is inside, but I've laid it out for the sake of filming it. So I got new gaskets here, and these were for the intake manifold, which is built and sitting in the car. We went through and cleaned that. These are the old ones. They don't look all that bad, but I figured if we're gonna be taking this all out, let's just go ahead and put new stuff in, and not have to worry about it for a while. These have about almost 150,000 miles on them, and they don't look awful, but they're okay. Throttle body needs to be cleaned up still. I haven't done that yet. Today is kind of a late start, but throttle body will be cleaned up. Coil packs, which look just perfectly fine. We pulled these off a few months ago when we did spark plugs. Spark plugs are inside along with the mass airflow sensor that would go on the intake box. So those are inside because those are more delicate. The covers are cleaned. This could be cleaned up a little better. I tried. Our box is fairly cleaned up. It's going to need some plastic restore though. We have all our bolts, valve cover grommets, fuel rail, bolts. The fuel rail is a little more of a difficult thing. Online there wasn't really any guide that showed you how to do it, and all the forums had missing images, or the image files weren't available anymore, so that's what we were kind of up against. But we managed to get it off. It's not that hard, but when we put everything back together, we will sort of document it, Cameron and I, on how we got it off and show you what it's like putting it back on, so that way we have at least something we can show you guys. But that's everything sitting there. Under the hood, nothing special right now, just some yellow Kirkland signature microfibers closing everything up, and the starter's been taken out to put up the hood here so I don't have it fallen. This is the struggle of filming with one hand, but the starter has been removed. I don't know how bright I can make that. Starter goes in here, so that's been removed. We have a new starter that we're going to be putting in, and I'm going to clean this up a little bit before I put the new starter in. I just picked it up a couple hours ago from O'Reilly's. It's like a replacement starter, so it's not OEM, but it should be okay. We got plenty of lines to connect back. Alternators looking fairly good, at least from what I've seen before in a couple of other people's cars. We got a bunch of stuff to reconnect here. These are our throttle cables. One of these should be for cruise control, so we got to reconnect that. These were for our coils, our ignition coils, I think, or injectors. Actually, injector rail. So we got to connect that too. We got a fuel line that's disconnected that goes on the intake manifold and all that good stuff. And our valves are under there that are freshly adjusted. Alright, inside the car, we have our rebuilt intake manifold. New gaskets in there. It's been completely clean. There was a bunch of carbon buildup, so that's all out, and it's as clean as it can possibly be. And we've just put it in here to store it for now. Inside, we have our mass airflow sensor and our 4 spark plugs. Nothing special. We have our valve adjustment numbers here, which obviously most of you probably won't be able to read my handwriting, but I'll have a chart up, and I'll talk about it later with Cameron about how off our valves were, and what the preliminary check looked like before we made any adjustments. Back outside, we have our starter here. This is the original starter. So this bracket that you're seeing, that needs to come off and go on the new starter. I didn't know that when I picked it up, or else this starter would have been gone already back to O'Reilly, so I can get my core charge back, the $40 back. So we're gonna do that now. But that's what the original starter looked like. There's no real way of knowing what kind of noise it made. I'm gonna try and insert some footage here if I have it, from my buddy Charles, who had a video of when he came by and I started it, and I think he has it on video, so you probably can hear the noise from it. But I think this is a cause of some of our problems too. And so I figured since everything's open, we'll just replace it, and I mean, just go from there. It doesn't bother me that it needs to really be replaced. Even if it doesn't like really need to be replaced, it's good knowing that the new one will be in there, and we should be good to go. We got our pieces here. It comes with the bolt and that little what do you call that, washer that we need. Our ground and power connections obviously are here. So this is the new one. It's remanufactured, and that's where I need that bracket from the other one. This piece here, that's the bracket that I'm gonna need for right here. So that's all it needs, and then I just gotta get it in, and yeah, once it's installed, then we can do the rest. But first, switch the bracket over and then bring the old one back to O'Reilly's. Also, I do not know what this hose thing is for. Maybe it's whatever's like here. So if I remember correctly, because it's been a month, one goes here, and the other one goes on the bottom. Yeah, they're aluminum. Cool. Those should be nice. How do they feel? Yeah. Ooh. That feels like some good quality. I think it was worth 60 bucks.
Yeah. Dang, dude, $60?
Yeah. Think about it. This car will never need them in their lifetime. Ever. I mean, probably doesn't need them now, but...
60 bucks, what could you have bought for that power adder? Could have bought some... Probably could have bought a cheap intake.
Straight pipe it.
Yeah, could have put it... Take it to
not Livermore Muffler Shop.
Take it to Minute Muffler.
Oh yeah. I think those should reduce some play over here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Save my synchros a little bit. Maybe. That's sick. So this is the difference between that bushing stock and the new hybrid racing one. So I'm actually gonna just clean this off a little bit, see what it looks like. Not too bad. This one should be ready to go in, and I have cotter pins for it and everything, so this will be fun.
It's like a snap ring.
Yeah, a snap ring here. And he got it
sort
pinched
of like
there.
Snap ring.
And then I just put back the plastic from the factory and then the little metal shim.
And the shim has a keyed piece on there, and that slides over the end of the shift cable linkage right here.
Yeah.
So the stock components in this portion have to go back on, and on top of that, the ring that slides on the solid bushing have to go on.
So this is what it looks like right now. We put some grease inside of it actually to make it easier to slip over. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here for right now. We're gonna do the other one. The other one's actually hidden. It's right here, and we'll update you when we get that one in. It's not too hard. For this one, push it out, use a screwdriver that has a flat head end, push it up, and then kind of like twist it and pull it out after putting some WD-40 on, and it'll come out.
Look at how much port volume you're missing here.
Look at it. Okay, it's easy. Just push it off to the side and then pop. Got it. Now I know the trick. Here's the difference between the hybrid racing and the stock bushing. This one was covered in oil. I cleaned it off a little bit. It's got a little bit of play in there. This little ball joint in the middle will compensate for that. I can't tell.
Yeah?
No. Okay, so here's what we did to get this piece on, because in the cord it had a lot of slop. Put your metal piece from your stock bushing on top, push this down like really hard, and then use a pair of like needle nose pliers to push the pin into place and like sneak it over the top, and then rotate it on the side first. So it'll go from up on the flat part and just push it down to the side, and that eliminates the play.
Okay.
Ready?
Now, ready to set it on. We gotta wipe some of the excess off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there too much? This
Yeah,
power
there's a little
steering
too
line
much. How is it?
It's gonna. If you push it, are you lined
Oh,
up?
dude, hold on. I gotta move this here. So it's like.
They probably disconnected the damn. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Oh. Woo.
No, it's not quite on yet.
The
seals.
Yeah, probably that's our next issue.
Okay.
Oh wait, you can. Oh, you can press it.
Just
press it. Yeah. You good?
Yeah, let's wipe it. Like the stuff that we got on. So, that's the socket kept falling off.
Really?
Probably.
Update. Everything's almost back together, and then we'll go for a test drive. So we've tightened everything up. Cameron has checked over everything. We just put the battery in, and it's go time. So we're priming it, right?
Yeah, just prime it a couple times.
Okay.
Okay. I don't see any leaks.
Yet. I'll prime it again.
Yeah. Okay. Go one more time. Alright, you want to try and start it now?
All right. Neutral.
Okay. Holy shit!
See that noise? The starter gear found it.
Dang.
All right, now we gotta let it idle.
Does it sound a little quieter or no?
It will once it idles. They're always kind of louder when they're warm, or when they're cold.
Yeah. There's more blast.
Huh?
More valve blast.
You think so?
There's more valve blast when it's cold because the parts are smaller.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little bit, but it makes a difference.
We're running.
Yeah, dude, it worked.
We're running. Look at that. We're running.
Yeah, dude. Oh, not yet, but maybe.
I think it's trying to learn idle.
Very sort of weak.
You think so?
Maybe.
This clamp's on tight, right?
I can kind of hear something.
You did the clamp on tight?
Yeah, I got the clamp on. Oh, there's vacuum lined up here.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that why it surged?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, dude, we took the whole, like, basically the whole thing apart. It was fucking started up again.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
It's probably because of the clamp, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Not a problem. Oh, and there's another clamp too that we missed.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Couple clamps.
How we doing over here? Engine temp's already at half.
Did you turn on the lights or what happened?
No, nothing. RPM is surging.
I think it's surging because the vacuum link.
You want me to shut it off for now?
No, Super fixes it. Yeah, Yeah, stand off.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a vacuum.
For sure.
Yeah. That was what the surging was.
I can hear the bubbling.
Yeah, that's from the coolant.
Yeah, okay. So this, yeah.
Oh, this might not even be all the way on, that's why. Okay. Hey, I guess it held for like a couple seconds. But that's, I just hear it swelling from the heat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You want me to push that one on all the way?
Yeah, can you get your hand in there? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Push.
Probably should have checked these before we put this on.
Yeah. Maybe it a little easier.
Yeah, I think it needs to go further on, right? That's like the ledge.
That's like the barb, yeah.
Does it need to go over that?
Yeah.
Vacuum leaks hopefully fixed, and round 2. All right. I'll prime it for sure.
Should be good. Should start right up.
Dude, that starter is miles better. Okay. We might have to do the relearn procedure too. Sound like anything's leaking?
Like that? I don't know. That just sounds
That has
weird.
always been empty.
Yeah, but it just maybe that was part of the sound I heard. You still hear it a little bit. We spray something out that'll hear it, so it should raise it again. Just surging again.
Just trying to find its idle, maybe?
There's a, I don't know. I think there's another leak.
Where would it leak?
Is it between the throttle body?
Maybe, you think?
Maybe. I'm trying to like make the air leak suck up the WD-40 and then it'll raise the RPM.
Worst case, we can Google it.
Yeah. The surging idle is the vacuum leak, so.
What's our engine temp at? Halfway. Yeah.
Oil pressure good?
I don't have an oil pressure gauge.
Is the lights not on?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I could run the OBD2.
Sounds like
The OBD2 scanner might tell us. Because we can see it.
It has a vacuum leak, but we don't know where.
Yeah, that could tell us where the... Or is the sensor not plugged in?
No. No, the sensor should be plugged in here.
All of them?
Let's check them all.
The crankshaft position sensor or whatever? I think it's learning, maybe.
I pushed down this and it stopped surging.
Okay.
There's a throttle position sensor. Maybe it's just a little ajar. I thought
Yeah,
there was a leak. For
possible.
Sure, I thought there was a leak.
So, our engine temp is at half.
So it's good? Okay, well, it's perfect now.
Check out these
Here?
lights, bro.
Dang.
Sick.
Turn on the high beam.
These are parking lights.
What are these? The ones up on here.
Low,
Yeah, what's
high.
high? Are those LEDs?
No.
Just top?
Yeah. These are switchbacks. So check this out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And the rear has it too. We're idling good.
Dang, dude. All it was that sensor was a little loose. The throttle position sensor was a little loose. That's all it was. So I think that was like almost a vacuum leak or anything like
It
that.
sounds quieter, in my opinion.
Yeah, you still hear it a little bit. I mean, that's gonna be with any car. You're still gonna hear valve train noise.
It definitely sounds quieter though.
Yeah, that's good.
The valve train may be a little louder, but the general like quietness is
Better.
yeah.
Cool.
Damn, dude.
We did something.
How's our temp looking? All right. You want to get? Oh, yeah. You want to give it a test drive? We'll drive it. All right. A little bit of jolt. You see those micro jolts? Like when I was kind of like jolting a little bit?
Yeah.
It's dropping.
Going down? Maybe because of the lights, you think, or what?
No, I mean, it's just been doing that, I guess, a little bit now just from driving it. Before it never did that. So it might need a little bit of adjustment because, like, let's see. Because it drops down and then pops up again.
Yeah.